Hey, I'm Cosmic. Hey, and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be completing a Marvel Legends unboxing and toy review. Now what's different about this toy review in particular compared to the previous ones I have released is I'm just going to be unboxing one figurine. Now the reason I'm doing one figurine versus multiple as I have done in previous videos is due to the sheer size of it. If I'm being honest, I got used to using the box as an end table for the last almost month here, so I'm glad to finally be opening this and seeing the figure be displayed where it rightfully belongs. To those who have watched my videos before, welcome back. And to those who haven't, how this normally works is I will unbox a figurine, share my thoughts on each figurine, and give a final score in the end. Now that I've kept you waiting long enough, the figurine I will be unboxing will be, shaking up my screen with a drum roll, the X-Men 97 Sentinel, which has arrived from Hasbro Pulse. Now, what is in this packaging will include the actual Sentinel figurine itself, 2 power signature blasts, a chest piece that appears to be ripped out, and a battered up head. Now, looking at the box, we have the Sentinel itself on one side, we have the cast of X-Men 97 on the other side, and on the back of the box, we have every single X-Men 97 figurine that's been released as of January 2026. Now, usually when I get a new Marvel Legends, I'm pretty confident on where I am going to display it. However, due to the size of this Sentinel and where I currently have my X-Men 97 figurines displayed, I'm actually a little stumped on where I'm going to put him, or put it, I should say, just because where I currently have my X-Men 97 figurines is in a 12 by 12 cube shelf, and this is bigger than 12 inches. Phrasing. With that said, let's get to the unboxing. With my X-Acto knife. There are points where I will disappear from frame due to the sheer size of this. And I am probably going to keep the box for this one just because a lot of my figurines are kept in storage containers if they're not on display, and this is not fitting in a container. This is one of the few cases where it's important to keep the box. With that said, let's slide out the Sentinel. So we got the main box taken care of. Now there is a shelf I'm probably going to clear off just to make room for this at the top, but that means I'll have to move all my X-Men 97 figurines. I currently have my X-Men 97 figurines on a TV stand just because with the show being on TV, you know, a little on the nose, but it makes sense to me. So we got this first piece of cardboard out of the way. Now here is the Sentinel in all its glory before we take it out of the packaging. Let's start with the spare head, which is the face, a top that is beat up, the blasty effects. I am going to unbag these, by the way, as well, because, of course, display purposes. Blast Signature 1, Blast Signature 2, and now the actual Sentinel, which slides out nice and easy. I'm going to be as gentle as possible with this packaging versus some of my other ones that explode when I throw them on the ground. Can you do? These I would like to remain intact. So here's the Sentinel. I believe it's about 18 inches. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. Let's slide it out of the bag. And here is the Sentinel. Let's get that out of the way. So its head turns. Doesn't, oh, it moves up, tilts down. Are we going to blast any mutants today? Good. Going to be very careful with his first movements, or its first movements. So there's the T pose. It is ready to shake your hand. And now it's ready to do the robot. Now what's nice is the fingers have individual joints and can bend, which I think is pretty cool. I come in peace, please surrender. Very relevant to now. So very bendy fingers, and of course we got a hole for the blast effect. So we got some great movement, although it does make a loud noise when it bends. And what's nice is the wrists kind of bend. Not the best movement, but it's a robot. So that's the upper. Now the torso does rotate. I don't want to rotate it too much and wreck it. I try to be gentle and take care of my figurines as best as possible. So we got some great rotation there. Leg rotates. Look at that. Can be backwards. Full Linda Blair there, at least with the leg. The right leg, same thing. Shablam! I'm going to do the other knee now. We'll bend that. Now I'm curious. So the ankle does rotate as well on both legs. This does have great movement. And it looks like the feet can bend up. I don't imagine why, but it's a good option at least. I'd rather it stand flat. Another detail I noticed is there are little rocket boots on the bottom, which they didn't need to have, but I'm glad they thought of that detail. And that is the Sentinel. Now let's unpackage the accessories. Now the first accessory I'm going to unpackage is the spare head top, which is battle damaged because we assume Wolverine got to it. So of course this would be swapped out here. Next up is spare chest piece, which would go here. Next up, another chest piece, except this is battle damaged. And of course, will go here. Now for the next accessory, that being the battle damaged face, which I guess you could say is busted. So for comparison, here's the undamaged and the damaged face. Next up, the blast effect. So we got the bigger one here. And then we do have a smaller power signature as well, in case you want a smaller blast effect. So we got two to work with. We don't have two big ones or two little ones. We got one big and one little. So I guess that is a slight flaw, but doesn't take away from the figurine. On to the next accessories. So first, we got the smaller blast effects. And then we have the bigger blast effects. Now let's put them on the figurine. Here's the Sentinel telling you to comply, that it is not a threat. So let's pop on the big blast effect. So we're going to stack that. We're going to snap these together and stick it in the hole. So here's the Sentinel with a big blast effect. Now, I will say I am impressed by the movement after, just taking it out of the packaging. Let's add the other power signature. So I accidentally put the big blast with the smaller explosion and the smaller energy beam with the bigger energy blast. So hey, pretty interchangeable, but overall, no negatives. Now to give my final thoughts on the Sentinel figurine. So overall, the X-Men 97 Sentinel is really impressive. It almost has the HasLab qualities of the previous Sentinel that was released, although on a smaller scale, but it is essential if you are a completionist for the X-Men 97 collection. I know this isn't something everybody can get, and I'm really fortunate to have been able to get one of these. All in all, I am really impressed with the detail put into this figurine. It feels right out of the cartoon, has great movement. The elbows don't quite bend as much as other figurines, but I mean, it is a robot. Like, its movements are a bit clunky in the show. Jubilee did take it down by running under a low ceiling and the Sentinel hitting its head on the ceiling, so these having like Spider-Man level movement is not an expectation, and really, since taking this out of the package, the movement on this is impressive. The joints don't get stiff right away. There are some newer figurines I bought where the joints are so stiff I'm afraid I'm snapping them off, so I don't have to worry about this with my Sentinel. Overall, I am going to give this a 5 out of 5. The paint job is solid, the sculpt is great, the lines are clean, it's smooth. No notes, the X-Men 97 Sentinel is a top-tier deluxe figurine and is essential for any X-Men collection. If you have this figurine, let me know your thoughts below in the comments, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe as well, as it helps the channel. Now, another thing that helps the channel is the Patreon, which can be found on my YouTube page, linked in my link tree. I do want to give a shout out to the Cosmic Defender and the Liftoff tier. Your support means a lot, and I'm really grateful that you like everything that I've been putting together. It's very much appreciated, and I'm glad to be making not only YouTube content, but cosplay content and just general life updates in general as well. I hope you enjoyed this video and everything else that is to come in 2026. Thank you again for watching.